All right, hi friends. So today we're going to finally create our initial drawing in pencil of a Dr. Seuss style landscape, all right? And we want to focus on making sure we use those truffula-trees to show our foreground, our middle ground, and our background. So it's important that we take this style from Dr. Seuss, we put it into our beautiful landscapes, and then of course if you guys want to add any of those extra things like characters, buildings, anything else, that's totally up to you. And of course I'll put up pictures for you guys on Seesaw if you need to look at characters like the Lorax or the Cat in the Hat or the little fish from Cat in the Hat, whatever you guys want to do, all right? I'm going to walk you guys through the basics, just getting this nice landscape created, and then after that, it's up to you to put in those extra special pieces of creativity that I want you guys to do. Remember, we still want to make sure we have the fundamentals or the basics of a landscape, but we want to, again, make sure it's in the style of Dr. Seuss. All right, so let me get us started. In most cases, when we draw a landscape, we use our piece of paper horizontal like this. It's 100% up to you. I actually think I want to go vertical because I want to have really tall truffula trees, and I like having that extra space tall like this. You guys can decide what you want to do. I'm going to demonstrate vertically like this, and of course I'm going to draw in pencil. Okay, so the first thing I want to make sure we're doing is getting my camera so you guys can see everything and making sure we have our supplies today. All right, so the only thing we need to worry about is drawing in pencil. So make sure you have a good pencil and an eraser. Now, first thing I want to try to do, I want to try to create my foreground. That's going to be the area closest to me, which is at the bottom of the paper. So I'm going to draw something, a little piece of land like that, just kind of going diagonal. You can come at it at a different angle if you'd like to, but this is going to be where my trees are going to be really big and really detailed because it's closest to the viewer's eye. Now, we're going to draw some fairly tall truffula trees, so I'm going to start out with one going up this way, and just like before, I want to make sure I have the skinny part established and the wide part down here established, and we're going to connect them up top. And because my tree is in front of the land here, we don't want to see through it. We want to make sure we erase the proper items. And just like what I mentioned before, we can lightly draw in pencil a really light circle. And then let's start drawing the fluffy truffula. And again, we're going to erase a little bit of that trunk once it gets inside the fluffy part of the tree. Wonderful. Okay, so that's a good start. We can kind of lightly put the stripes in here too. And I actually think I'm going to draw another truffula tree, like a really big one, right in front, skinny up top. And it might go off my page a little bit. Oh, that's so cool. And this top of the truffula tree might even go off the page. I think that's really great. And then your eye will naturally fill it in. You guys don't have to copy mine. We just want to make sure we have truffula trees in the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. Okay, so I have two in my foreground. Put a couple stripes in there. Next, I'm going to do my middle ground. I'm going to come from over here, pick up my pencil. Remember, overlapping tends to happen a lot when we draw a landscape. And if yours is going to look a little bit different, that is 100% fine with me. I love it when you guys end up being way more creative and go off the beaten path a little bit. So next, my middle ground, we're going to make my trees a little bit smaller. Skinny up here, wider up here. But you guys notice my trees are going to be a little bit smaller, which means my trunk is a little bit smaller, a little shorter, and my fluffy part here is going to be a little bit less poofy than the other ones. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful. And you guys, you can load up each layer of land if you want to. You can put more on here if you'd like. And we're going to do our background. So here's our background piece. And again, because it's getting further away, we want to make sure that these trees here on our background are going to be a little bit smaller. And it's okay if it goes behind the front one. Beautiful. All right, friends. So now it's totally up to you if you guys want to add some grass, you want to add some flowers, if you want to add the Lorax down here, you can. You guys can add other characters, you can add buildings, you can add more trees. I actually think I'm going to add some clouds. If you guys remember back to Monday, when stuff is along the horizon line here, it's going to be a little bit smaller. So my clouds down here are going to be a little bit smaller. And then they're going to get gradually bigger as they go further up. Granted, we might not have that kind of space. Okay, it's beautiful. And then I think I want to add my Lorax character. He's going to be right down here where I have all this extra space. I might have him maybe just popping up right in front so you guys can see him. Let's see, I have him rounded head. And again, I got to look at a picture at the Lorax. I don't know exactly what he looks like. I know he's got a cute little button nose and a huge beard. Hey, speak for the trees. And you guys, you don't have to do the same thing I'm doing. You guys can have it totally different if you'd like to. All right, and I'm just going to have my little Lorax kind of coming off the page a little bit. And again, this is just my version. If you guys want to add buildings, if you want to add more trees, more characters, you give the Lorax and the tree are poking behind the tree. You can have Cat in the Hat over here. You can have the fish flying in the sky. Really get creative. I can't wait to see what you guys end up doing with yours. Post it on Seesaw. And remember, today we're only drawing in pencil. Let's not worry about other things right now. Let's just worry about creating a really beautiful drawing in pencil, please.